When the call for help turns into a fight for survival, police face danger head-on, sometimes in a heartbeat. From shootings to chases, these moments show what it really means to stand on the front line. St. Paul, Minnesota. It was December 7th, 2023. A cold, tense morning. A woman called 911, scared for her life. Her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old Brandon Keys, was following her again. She had a court order that was supposed to keep him away, but he didn't care. She said he rammed his car into hers and even broke one of her windows. Worst of all, he had a gun. Officer Michael Cheetah, a police officer with 14 years of experience, was sent to help. What started as a domestic call quickly turned into something much more dangerous. When Officer Cheetah arrived near Marshall and Creighton Avenue, he tried to talk to Brandon. But instead of stopping, Brandon started shooting.
Get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Under the Phelan Bridge?
Cheetah was hit in the leg. He called for help on the radio. Officer shot. I'm hit. I need medics. Even though he was in pain, the officer kept his focus.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! One hit! Shots fired! One hit!
Shots fired, one hit. 10-3.
He saw a woman, possibly someone close to Brandon, run into the street, trying to protect him. The officer shouted for her to move. He was still holding his gun, still trying to stay safe, and she was getting in the way. Get out of the way! Move! He yelled. He didn't want anyone else to get hurt, and he needed a clear line of sight.
Where is he? Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! 1-3, I'm here. Come here, medic. I'm not for you. Get out of the way, lady!
More officers arrived quickly. Cheetah managed to take Brandon's gun and secure the area.
Give me some cars at Creighton and 94 to get an escort down there.
Go!
Get that concrete right away.
You okay?
We're okay. Nobody comes in. Block that up.
Everybody else! Get everybody out of here!
Everybody out of here. Block it. 1 block north, 1 block south.
Sadly, Brandon had already been shot in the head during the exchange and was declared dead at the scene. Officer Cheetah was taken to the hospital and treated for his leg injury. He survived. Later, police confirmed that Brandon Keys had a long history of trouble. Court records showed he had been accused of domestic abuse and had broken protection orders before, at least 3 times over the past 5 years. Just days after the shooting, he was supposed to be in court again over the most recent protection order. The woman who called 911 had written statements before saying she was scared of him and that he had hurt her emotionally and physically in the past.
None of us in our community want incidents like this to happen. None of us.
After reviewing the case, the Ramsey County Attorney's Office said that Officer Cheetah's use of deadly force was illegal under Minnesota law. He acted in self-defense during a dangerous and fast-moving situation. In Columbus, Ohio, what began as a high-speed chase turned into a split-second standoff between life and duty. Officer James pulled up alongside the suspect, 27-year-old Holly Graham, his weapon drawn, voice steady. He ordered her to stop, but Holly didn't slow down.
The officer opens fire on a suspect who refuses to stop their vehicle.
Stop the car!
Show 5 to those officers.
Stop the car!
Turn around and get in your car and drive away.
In a moment of desperation, she hit the gas and rammed the officer's vehicle. It was a direct act of aggression and a turning point. Reacting in an instant, the officer raised his firearm and opened fire, shooting straight through his own windshield. It wasn't about taking a life. It was about stopping a threat before it escalated any further. But even as bullets tore through the car, Holly didn't stop.
I copy 10-3, officer ran over. Shots fired.
Police in Columbus, Ohio, released video footage of the lengthy chase that preceded the shooting.
Wounded, she kept driving, weaving recklessly through traffic, pushing the pursuit into dangerous new territory. The officer radioed for backup, staying locked in, calm, under fire. Minutes later, more units joined in. They cornered her at a gas station, tried to box her in, but Holly punched through the line, refusing to surrender. Officers fired again, trying to disable the vehicle. The chase didn't end until Holly's car finally collided with multiple vehicles in a final, violent crash. Officers swarmed in, weapons drawn, adrenaline high. They pulled her from the wreckage, alive.
Road and could no longer drive.
Now stop! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground now! Get down on the ground now! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground!
Bleeding, still resisting, Holly had taken bullets to both legs but refused to back down until the very end.
The suspect was identified as Holly Graham. She appeared to be shot in both legs. Police say she's charged with felonious assault and is in police custody in a hospital.
She was taken into custody on the scene and now faces charges including felonious assault and reckless endangerment, a chase that could have ended quietly, but instead pushed officers to the edge. Because in that line of duty, you don't get to wait. You act or you fall behind. In Edgware, North London, what should have been a routine response spiraled into horror. PC Alexandra Dobbs was dispatched to a quiet home on Manor Park Crescent after reports came in. A man on site was breaching bail conditions. That man was Adrian Popa. When she arrived, Popa didn't want to talk.
Stay still now! Stay still, right dot! Look down at your chest, you got a taser. Point at your chest. Stand still.
As PC Dobbs moved in to handcuff him, he grew agitated, violent. She deployed her taser, trying to bring the situation under control. But what came next was sudden and brutal.
Stand still. Taser! 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 Get down! Get down! Taser! More units! More units! More units! More units! More units!
Popa screamed, "I'll kill you," then lunged forward with a pen. He stabbed PC Dobbs in the face and neck. The wounds left her bleeding and permanently scarred. The officer survived, but the emotional toll, it runs deep. In court, she admitted the attack left her paranoid, anxious, and unable to trust what might come next in any live incident. Her face bears the physical reminder. Her mind carries the rest. Popa, originally charged with attempted murder, pleaded guilty to lesser charges of assault, causing actual bodily harm, and making threats to kill. The attempted murder charge was dropped. The court sentenced him to 3 years and 10 months behind bars. But for many, the question remains, is that enough? In handing down the sentence, Judge Richard Marks QC made it clear attacks on police officers will be met with severity. Still, in a city where 120 officers are assaulted every week, stories like this one echo louder than ever. For PC Dobbs, the scars are visible, but the courage it took to return to duty after that day, that's something no sentence can measure, because sometimes the most dangerous weapon isn't what you expect. October 10th, 2022, just past midnight, the city of Atlanta holds its breath. After weeks of searching, police have zeroed in on a suspect connected to a series of violent crimes, including multiple homicides that have left entire neighborhoods on edge. They find him at a quiet gas station, but the moment officers step out, he bolts, running through the shadows. The suspect makes his way toward a nearby playground. It's late. The area's nearly deserted, but the chase is loud and fast, every second adding weight to the risk. Officers pursue with urgency, flashlights cutting through the dark, voices rising with commands. This isn't just about making an arrest, it's about preventing what could happen if he slips away again. Cornered under the unforgiving light of the playground flood lamps, the suspect finally stops. His hands go up, slowly, but tension stays high. His wife is nearby, screaming in disbelief, begging them to let him go. Her voice is raw, emotional, accusing, but the officers don't flinch. With calm, precise movements, they move in.
Ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground now! On the ground! On the ground! I'm gonna tase you! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground! On the fucking ground now!
Illegal!
On the ground! On the ground!
Get on your
On the ground!
Get on your face!
On the ground!
Done nothing!
Get on the ground!
Illegal! We stop!
Get on the ground! I'm gonna tase you! Get on the ground!
Hey!
Get on the ground
Call
now!
my mama!
Get on the ground now!
Call my mama!
On the ground!
Back
You got a warrant! Hands on your back, man. Grab his hand. We'll help you out. We'll tell you. We'll tell you.
It's illegal, bro! Take you on my stuff, doing this. Me too. I told you. I told you, bro. I told you. You out here.
Hey, man, we gotta
Cherish me out here. You gonna cherish me while I'm here.
Hey, Ray, I'm sorry about that. We got one in custody.
Hey, you gonna cherish me while I'm here, son. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you, though? Come on. Can I get one last kiss? Can I get one last kiss?
She'll be
I
okay.
just want to get one last kiss.
We will.
Please.
We will.
Please.
We will.
She pregnant, bro. And I really haven't even done nothing, though.
Sorry, go
My
take your
car's
car, go back
parked.
up there. Hey, man, we're sorry.
The
You gotta
kiss.
stay calm, all right?
Record this shit, bro, 'cause I ain't done nothing. Get in my bag. Can y'all get on my bag?
No, not right now. Hey, man.
Man,
Calm
don't
down.
touch
You're
me.
okay. Calm down. We're gonna go back to the car, all right?
The suspect is cuffed and walked back toward the gas station, where police units wait under a blue and red haze of sirens. His wife trails behind, still shouting, caught between heartbreak and fury. But the mission is clear. This night, the streets are a little safer, because in the face of chaos, the officers held the line. Not with rage, not with fear, but with clarity, control, and focus.
I'm pretty fast, aren't
I ain't even run.
This is so family.
No more, man. No more, man.
Atlanta doesn't sleep easy, but tonight it breathes a little deeper. Athens, Georgia, July 3rd, 2019. A 911 call reports a blood-covered man wielding a butcher's knife outside River Club Apartments. Senior Officer David Harrison and Rookie Officer Charles Bittinger arrive first. They spot 23-year-old Aaron Hong pacing, the blade flashing in his hand, fresh cuts marking his torso. Harrison tries to de-escalate, voice firm yet pleading. "Put the knife down. We can help you." Hong answers with a chilling dare. "Do it. Just kill me." He slashes at his own arm, then advances.
Put the knife down! Knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put it down! Put it down! Put the knife down, sir!
Both officers backpedal up the long driveway, weapons drawn, hearts racing, unwilling to fire on a man who clearly wants them to. The dialogue repeats in an agonizing loop. Commands, refusals, hopeless pleas. Harrison's tone cracks. "Please don't make us do this." Hong steps into the roadway, flings the knife toward Harrison, and suddenly charges.
Please! No! Put the knife! Shots fired, Central, shots fired! Put the knife! Hands behind your back!
7 shots erupt. Hong collapses, only to rise again, drenched in his own blood. "Shoot me!" he screams, lunging, seizing Harrison's shoulders, grasping for the officer's sidearm.
Ah, no! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! No! Get on the ground, man! Tase him! No!
"He's going for my gun," Harrison yells. Bittinger fires 4 rapid rounds. Hong falls a final time and is pronounced dead where he lands.
Stop! Hey, you good? You good? You good? Essentially, just shot to go for another.
Paramedics treat Harrison for minor injuries. Bittinger is unhurt but shaken. Both officers are placed on administrative leave as the Georgia Bureau of Investigation reviews the footage. Chief Cleveland Spruill tells the city he believes the shooting was justified. The video shows an imminent threat to life. For Bittinger, it is his second fatal encounter in 4 months, a burden no rookie imagines carrying. Hong's death sparks hard questions about mental health crises and the razor-thin margin between restraint and survival. Yet the Bodycam release is also meant as transparency, a raw reminder that, in a single heartbeat, officers can be forced to choose between compassion and lethal force. It starts with a stolen vehicle and a suspect who refuses to be caught. In Columbus, the morning calm breaks as police lock onto a car, reported stolen just hours earlier. What begins as a pursuit quickly explodes into chaos near a gas station on 12th Street. The suspect crashes and then bolts.
And we're in pursuit. We're going eastbound from Janeway on 12. Okay, they're about to crash out. They just crashed out. Single vehicle at 12th Street. About to run behind the church going northbound.
Running on instinct and desperation, he launches himself over a fence. Officers are right behind him, relentless. Another fence, another yard. But the suspect doesn't stop, and neither do the officers. Each yard is a new obstacle, each fence a new risk. One officer doesn't hesitate, breaking through a wooden barrier just to stay within reach. This isn't just a chase anymore. It's a sprint through danger, fueled by adrenaline and refusal to quit.
He's going westbound on foot. Westbound on foot. There we go. Get on the ground now! Get on the ground!
The chase wanes deeper into the neighborhood. Lawns blur into one another, but the suspect is losing ground. Finally, near the back of a quiet yard, an officer closes the gap and makes his move, leaping mid-run and tackling the suspect to the ground in a single, fearless motion. The suspect struggles, twisting, trying to fight his way out, but within moments, backup arrives. He's surrounded. The fight is over.
Don't move! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't hit it! Don't hit it! Put your everybody back! Down!
Officers secure the suspect, breathing heavy but never losing focus. What could have been another reckless escape ends with precision, teamwork, and grit. The city watches another dangerous pursuit closed without tragedy. But what lies ahead is even more intense. What starts as a simple traffic stop on a quiet South Carolina road quickly spirals into chaos. Newly released footage shows the moment a deputy approaches a vehicle for what seems like routine questioning. The driver appears cooperative, but something's off. There's tension, movement in the passenger seat. The deputy stays alert, keeping a hand near his sidearm. Backup arrives. The tone shifts. Seconds stretch longer. And then it happens. Without warning, the passenger door flies open. A man jumps out, gun in hand. He attacks the deputy, sending him scrambling to the far side of the vehicle, his body tense, his weapon drawn. What happens next unfolds in a blur.
Bullets fly before officers fire back, one of them firing on the driver's side with the driver sitting right there.
The gunman raises his weapon. He points it through the windshield and fires. Multiple shots ring out. The deputies respond immediately, returning fire with urgency and precision. It's over in seconds. The suspect is shot and falls. The woman inside the car, visibly terrified, stumbles out with her hands raised, sobbing, pleading for forgiveness. Just moments earlier, the officers were staring down a deadly ambush. Now, they move swiftly to secure the scene, shifting from survival to procedure with incredible discipline. One deputy is wounded, 3 gunshot injuries, but he survives thanks to body armor, quick thinking, and sheer willpower. He'll recover. Still, the scars, physical and emotional, will remain. The deputies involved are placed on administrative leave, as is standard after a shooting. But in the aftermath, one truth echoes through the footage. This was a moment of pure courage under fire, a reminder of just how quickly the routine can become deadly. From London's pen attack to South Carolina's windshield gunfight, and now Athens's desperate charge, these cases reveal the brutal unpredictability of the job and the impossible decisions made on its front line. In split seconds, they're forced to decide between hesitation and action, fear and bravery, and it's those decisions that define the thin line between life and death. Subscribe for more such encounters in upcoming content. Until then, goodbye.